Examination malpractice is one menace that has continued to eat deep into the Nigerian educational system. One reason why a digital technology startup company, Intelligent Technology and Consulting, develops a solution that seeks to end the problem.
We are done with setting up our item. The next process is to publish the items with the understanding that we have already pulled in the candidate information in our system.
With IoT technology, intelligent automation, software engineering and advanced analytics, the assessment solution incorporates features of CBT into paper-based testing in a unique way, creating a new delivery mode known as the technology-assisted paper-based testing.
Each candidate in the examination hall has a unique question paper for himself alone. All other questions are different from the person sitting next to him or her. So it makes you going to be independent, and you are not going to have the time of asking another person a question which is already battling his own brain on his own question.
They believe a collaboration with examination bodies should outsource solutions to the experts in the industry.
We have a target client, and majorly they are the examinations bodies in this country. The WAEC, NECO, NAPTEC, and probably state examinations bodies across the nation. So we are looking at it whereby they sign us into this solution, and we believe that with what we have, they will be convinced that this thing really is solving their problem in the area of examination malpractices. This solution has been developed looking at our own peculiar situation as regard to examination malpractices, and we have solved the problems. So we are saying that examinations bodies like NECO, WAEC should deploy this solution so that we will stand on a good faith as a nation to move our nation forward.
With the right technological solutions, so many other vices can be easier tackled, hence the need for the adoption of solutions like Flex Test.
An inventor from southern France has developed a machine that breaks down plastic into a liquid that can be used as fuel. Christopher Cost said his CHRYSALIS machine creates fuel by feeding bits of plastic into a 450°C reactor and churns out liquid composed of 65% diesel that can be used for generators or boat motors, 18% petrol for heating or for powering lamps, 10% gas for heating, and 7% carbon that can be used for crayons or colorants. The makers say it could be especially useful in developing countries where waste management and fuel supply is fraught with difficulties. The developers hope to create a container-sized version of the machine by mid-2019, which can churn out about 40 liters of fuel per hour, using a process called pyrolysis, meaning decomposing the plastic with high heat, which breaks up the plastic molecules and transforms them into lighter hydrocarbons.
C'est un premier chargement. Il y a un deuxième chargement par l'arrière.
When I began tests in pyrolyzing plastic, I stumbled upon this well-known challenge of the wax, which comes out after pyrolyzing the plastic, which represents practically all of the liquid that comes out. So I've spent 3 years to develop this system, so as not to have this well-known wax and to have only the diesel and the gas and nothing else.
Et nous, notre ambition, elle est de s'appuyer sur cette invention.
Our ambition is to push this invention, to promote and develop it, to create both an environmental tool and a social tool, as the mission of this machine is to collect plastic waste, especially in developing countries, and to create value and jobs. We combine the collection of plastic waste and the creation of jobs, and we want the model to be economically sustainable so that it becomes viable and can be duplicated more and more as time goes on.
Every year, about 260 million tons of plastic is produced. UN figures show 8 million tons of plastic, bottles, packaging, and other waste enter the ocean each year, killing marine life and entering the human food chain. Conservationists have warned that plastic pollution in the oceans could outweigh fish by 2050.
As technology and innovation have long played a key role in China's reform and opening up, the past 4 decades have witnessed huge progress made in China's space industry. Experts say more young talents will be needed, and it will also generate more global collaboration. The successive completion of missions indicates that 2018 will be a year of extraordinary significance for China's aerospace development. The highly acclaimed Change 4 mission is likely to make China the world's first country to soft land on the far side of the moon. Former China National Space Administrator Luan Anji said 4 decades of space success came about through hard work and a collaborative management system.
There are now 300,000 people working for China's space industry. We can say that several generations of people have worked hard to form a whole set of experiences, methods, rules, and systems for systematic engineering management when we conducted research on models. This is a unique spirit of China's aerospace industry.
In 2003, Yang Liwei conducted China's first manned mission on the Shenzhou 5 spacecraft. 5 years later, Tsai Zi-gang carried out a historic spacewalk via the Shenzhou 7. When Change 1 captured China's first picture of the moon, it kicked off the nation's 3-stage moon mission.
We must be independent and self-reliant, for high technologies can't be bought or requested from other countries. We can only develop high technologies with our own efforts. With the reform and opening up policy, we should narrow the gap and pay attention to important concepts and ideas.
This kind of spirit is expected to be passed on to the next generation of engineers and scientists in the space industry.
Well, there's an intent clearly to look at a lunar mission and as well as that a lunar base, also looking at further development onto Mars and the Martian programs. So cooperation is essential in terms of space science and space development, and we'll look to work closely with our CNSA colleagues on that.
As international cooperation around China's space program gathers pace and many youngsters dream of exploring outer space, more talented and creative young engineers will be needed to join the space industry. Besides, China has helped many countries launch their commercial satellites. The Fengyun weather satellites provide meteorological and maritime services for dozens of countries and regions. China's Beidou navigation satellite system is expected to go global around 2020. Looking ahead, China plans to build its own space station and to launch its program to land on the Mars.